You're talking about two people who are fighting for what was. I mean, in their own way, the Fireflies are fighting for democracy and free speech and liberty, right? Supposedly, purportedly. And FEDRA's just trying to keep law and order available and making sure that things don't collapse, whatever that even means, right? Meanwhile, you've got the KCQZ being taken down root and stem, and it turns out exactly as Captain Quan said. If it wasn't for us, they would either starve or they would get overrun by infected or something like that. But here you have these kids, and they're both being taken advantage of both of these forces. Kids, child soldiers, right? On both sides. What would either of them do if they got a hold of the cure? And the power of the cure is in Ellie's hands. She is technically what Kwang says, is that you're a leader. You get to decide what happens here with you, essentially. And honestly, it kind of goes back to what we were saying in Endure and Survive. Are people even worth saving? Is the old world worth saving?
As far as who would do something with the cure, I don't see FEDRA doing anything with their scientific knowledge except doing fucking making drugs. They don't say anything about FEDRA having a medical or research lab or anything like that.
Sure.
Nothing. It's all military and all martial. Whereas the Fireflies, at least as you can see plainly when we go there, they have medical supplies and are trying to do medical research. That's why they're at biomedical facilities. So, I mean, as far as who's going to do something with the cure, it's going to be the Fireflies way more than FEDRA. Also, if humanity survives, FEDRA has no hold. They only succeed because the population is small enough and scared enough to be cowed and kept under lock and key, under chains.
I agree with that, yeah.
Whereas if you have a larger population, and I believe that the way their system runs would eventually fold in on itself when they're under the weight of itself with too many people in it. They couldn't sustain it, which also could be why they're just killing people.
Well, wouldn't FEDRA, if given the chance to have a cure, would disseminate it so that they wouldn't have to maintain these QZs anymore? I'm talking about if we're talking about good people.
The QZs is what give them the power.
I'm all for